You guys didn't learn anything from your shenanigans. You got these signs up, huh?
Yes, we do.
Did you get my lawsuit that I served you?
Yes, we have.
What's up with these signs? What would make you think these signs are even legal or legible?
You're free to film, do what you want.
Well, why are the signs up?
The board made that decision, so you're free to do what you want. You're free to email Mayor Plummer. She'll be happy to set an appointment with you. She's in a meeting right now and cannot see you.
These public officials can always hide in their office, but they can't hide from the public meeting, folks.
Motion passes. Who am I speaking with? Please identify yourself with your name and address.
Oh, yeah. My name is Dan, Erie County. My residency is Erie County.
I'm sorry, your name again?
My name is Dan, Erie County. My
Dan,
residency
Erie
is
County?
Erie County.
Oh, I thought your last name was Warmus.
I've done First Amendment laws across the state. I've been to 60 county buildings, 60 county clerk's offices. Now, I came in here and it was immediately, do this, don't do that, don't do this. I don't know where you guys get off telling your bosses what they can and can't do if they're not breaking the law.
Listen, y'all, these kids want to act up in school, want to go to school and embarrass you, want to make like they got no home training. So I told my son, don't go to school embarrassing no more. I'll take care of you, son. I give you anything you want. I discipline you. But you're going to embarrass me like this? No, so now I'm going to cut his hair.
Oh, I gotta ask you, hey.
Go ahead.
Hey, do me a favor, wait for the SWAT guys. Now I saw you were in a restricted area. Now I want your identification. You're not getting it.
Don't embarrass me. I told him, don't embarrass me. No.
I would say previously, but technically, we're on part 4. Of course, we had the original visit, then serving of the lawsuits, and then the revisit. Now, we're going to go ahead and do a town board meeting to meet the board. Because, of course, if you remember in part 3, the clerk told us who put them signs up. It was the...
What's up with these signs? What would make you think these signs are even legal or legible?
You're free to film, do what you want.
Well, why are the signs up?
The board made that decision, so you're free to do what you want to do.
I'm pretty confused, fam, here. They have signs that say filming is prohibited. Here, yet, I stand in the office doing prohibited activities and she says I'm fine to do it. So the real question truly is, what are the point in the signs? Are they literally here to punk everybody who doesn't understand and know how to assert their rights?
You locked the doors. You kicked me out.
Sir, I'm not going to get into that. That's a legal matter. We'll let that
So
be settled.
you're not going to fill out a FOIL request for me?
What I'm saying is I will not
I'll serve a second lawsuit. I have no problem with that. If you want to just forward it to the insurance company, we'll just keep
If you
cashing
won't
in.
let me answer, I can't answer your question. If you will be, I will be happy to fill a FOIL request for you, but I will not be happy to write it out for you. If you want a FOIL request done, you should fill it out yourself or have someone you can fill it. We can get you information on agents.
So you're going to refuse again?
No, that isn't what I'm saying, is it? You can give you an agency that can fill out the form for you, so you can get it to me, or you can go online and type it and send it to me, but I will not fill out the form. I will not take the responsibility.
Now, this is the clerk. She is responsible for filling the request, so she has the obligation and privy to read the request. She has the privy to the information, so I'm not quite understanding what she's not wanting to take the responsibility for here. Maybe you guys could tell me, but the only thing left here is, can she not read her own handwriting? What do you guys think?
We'll get together after.
Is the supervisor in today?
My supervisor?
The supervisor will tell you.
Give me one moment.
Now, if you've been watching these videos as long as I have, if you've been joining me in these buildings as long as I've been going in them, we all know one thing, and we all know one thing's for certain. They're always in a meeting. They never, ever have the time to come out and speak to you, especially the tyrannical ones that hang signs like these. And I've learned there's only 2 ways to get a hold of public employees like these. It's 1, show up unexpected, or 2, come to a board meeting.
Mr. Warmus, you're free to email Mayor Plummer. She'll be happy to set an appointment with you. She's in a meeting right now and cannot see you.
Yeah, I'm sure she will send lots of emails about these signs and phone calls. I'm sure the public will just love what you guys did down here.
Is there anything else I can assist you with today?
Do you think it's a little ridiculous that this
Again,
new
I'm not
system?
gonna speak till
I mean,
that.
you guys spent all this money and time on this system, put it in here to stop what? A camera from working in here? What's happening right now? A camera
Mr.
working
Warmus,
here.
you're filming. We're not stopping you. Please
I understand
proceed.
that.
If you have anything further,
Don't you
I
think
can
it's
assist
ridiculous that you guys went through all this restraint to
I'm
put
not
this camera up and you can't even stop a camera?
I'm not responding to that question.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. It looks dumb. Are they dumb? When they must have put this up before they got served with the lawsuit because they weren't going to try to enforce it. That's a fact. Unbelievable. This is the revisit. This is the type of respect we get from here. This is unreal, actually. I'm very disappointed in this. Well, we'll have to serve them up another lawsuit. They want to refuse to give out the stuff we want. She's in a meeting right now. Let's see what kind of meeting she's in. She's in a meeting right now, guys. Looks like a real important meeting. At the village of Pittsford, we got a village board meeting going on here. See if we can't talk to them about their unlawful signs and constitutionality here. Let's go ahead and get in. We're about 4 minutes late.
Trustee Wilkes. Aye. Trustee Cove. Aye. Trustee Limbeck.
Aye.
Mayor Plummer.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Okay. Is there any board member with a conflict of interest or anything to disclose regarding the agenda items this evening?
I don't have a conflict of interest, but just disclosure that I do live next door to one of the applicants.
Okay. Thank you.
No.
I do not.
I do not. Okay, with that being said, would the clerk please review in as much detail as possible our open meeting compliance certification and our policy?
Absolutely. The public will have opportunities to comment on specific agenda items when they occur in the meeting and also in general matters at the beginning of the meeting. Speakers can comment once in each comment window. If it is on a specific agenda item, it is not a debate, a deposition, or a panel discussion. Speakers must step to the front of the room if physically able. Alternatively, they may provide comments from where they are seated. If an attendee is participating via web conference technology such as Zoom, the clerk will announce how attendees should signal that they wish to comment. This may differ by platform, but is typically accomplished through the raise your hand feature, and we are using Zoom. So please, if you wish to comment, raise your hand. If you wish me to ask the board the question, put it in the Q&A, please. I don't respond to the chat section. Speakers must give their name, address, and organization. There shall be an exemption for any category of people protected by New York State law. Speakers must be recognized by the presiding officers. Speakers must limit their remarks to 3 minutes on any given topic. Speakers may not yield any remaining time that they may have to another speaker. Board members may, with the permission of the mayor, only interrupt the speaker during their remarks for the purpose of clarification or information. Speakers must observe commonly accepted rules of courtesy, decorum, dignity, and good taste. Interested parties and their representatives may address the board by written communications to the village clerk at villagepittsford.com. All written communications will become part of the public record and will be attached to the minutes for that meeting. At the sender's request, written communications will be read aloud by the clerk at the meeting and will adhere to a 3-minute time limit. If printed materials or other media are provided by attendees during the meeting, they must be submitted to the village board with optional distribution to audience members. All materials will be part of the public record. Private distribution of materials to audience members only is prohibited.
Thank you. And with that being said, let's all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. And I'll ask Trustee Marshall to lead us in.
Oh, it's
Switch up.
Oh, wow, it's usually over here. I know. Okay.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, we'll go to public comment.
Is public comment for anything or something on the agenda you're talking?
Who am I speaking with? Please identify yourself with your name and address.
Oh, yeah. I just want to pause real quick there and properly introduce you guys to Mayor Plummer. Mayor Plummer just said about comment and then comment on agenda items, and I asked her a simple question was, is this the time to speak for public speaking or is this the time to speak for agenda item speaking? And she immediately dismissed my question with attitude and then went ahead and proceeded to ask my name to give me a cue to go to public comment. And you can hear me go, okay, realizing that she was, being let's just say I made a special shirt for her today. I was wearing And let's just say she didn't read it because she was definitely being, you could say, an arrogant bitch so far, fam. So she didn't get the hint. You guys let me know in the comment section what you think about this mayor, folks.
Name and address?
Oh, yeah. My name is Dan, Erie County. My residency is Erie County.
I'm sorry, your name again?
My name is Dan, Erie County. My
Dan,
residency
Erie
is
County?
Erie County.
Oh, I thought your last name was Warmus.
Now, Mayor Plummer just violated the law. She literally just had her clerk read it.
Speakers must give their name, address, and organization. There shall be an exemption for any category of people protected by New York State law.
Now, my name is protected by the New York State Constitution and the Fourth Amendment of the United States Constitution, and for me not to give it is my right. And you clearly heard it was protected by law, but yet Mayor here thinks it's funny to be blurting out my name. And I don't want you guys to think I'm sour about it. I just want to point out the point that she's violating my rights again. And the only way she even knows my name is because, well, she must have read it off the lawsuit I served her.
Oh, I thought your last name was Warmus.
No, that's not the name I'm going by today.
Oh.
But I like when you say my name. It just makes me know that I'm
Okay,
known.
so do you have a comment?
Yes, I do.
Okay, you have 3 minutes and you're being timed as of now.
All right, so I'll come to comment about the village hall and its procedures of no photography in the village hall. I come in and did a First Amendment audit. I tell you guys, I've done First Amendment audits across the state. I've been to 60 county buildings, 60 county clerk's offices. I've been, out of the 68 counties in the state, I've been across this whole state, all the towns, villages. Sometimes I have some really, really pleasant experiences in town. Sometimes I get some free cool swag. Sometimes I see some cool stuff. Now, I came in here and it was immediately, do this, don't do that, don't do this. I don't know where you guys get off telling your bosses what they can and can't do if they're not breaking the law. Because at the end of the day, public servants work for their boss at any given moment. And if you guys don't agree with that, you're probably in the wrong career. Now, I come to stress these signs that you guys have up of photography is prohibited inside Village Hall. Photography is not prohibited. It's not prohibited by anything. And if you guys try to make any type of ordinances, we're going to challenge it in court every time. I could have came here, had a pleasant experience, and been gone, right? But that's not the way it went down. I came here, had an unpleasant experience. You guys took advice from a deputy who got the whole town sued, got the department sued. Everybody's getting sued because they all went on this dumb deputy's advice, right?
Please silence your cell phone.
So my point is, the reason I have to keep coming back is the unconstitutionality of this place, right? I like to come here once, have a pleasant experience, and leave and never have to come back. Those signs stay up, I gotta keep coming back because there's no reason for it. The issues that you guys went through as far as the amount of money you guys spent, takes taxpayers' money to even try to stop a camera is ridiculous. I like accountability, I like transparency. I'm never here to fry people, I'm never here to, in the video, I said I could call someone an arrogant bitch. I didn't go out and call her a bitch in front of nobody. It's not the way it went down, even though that's the way the clerk explained to the cops to get me trespassed out of here. But
If you just could maybe just instead of just say B word, you're on a video, there's children.
I mean, it's constitutionally protected. I understand that it is, but we're not in, PBS here. This is government. This is open and accountability. I'm wearing a shirt today just to make sure everybody knows.
You have 1 minute?
1 minute. Okay.
But my point is, I guess all I have to say left is, are these signs coming down? I mean, somebody coming in here and filming, I certainly didn't hurt nobody by showing what's available to the public and that. I certainly didn't come in here as aggressively as they said. I don't want to have to keep coming back. I want the signs down. I want you guys to comply with the law. I want you to comply with the oaths of office that you all swore an oath to the Constitution, and that's it. That's all I have to say about that. And I'd like to see those signs down, otherwise I got to keep coming back.
Thank you for your comments and your input. Is there any other public comment this evening? Anybody online?
Yes, but no comments.
Okay.
Can you tell me how to get there online right now?
2.
Okay, next up.
One thing that is truly sad about this meeting is there are 3 people besides me here. 2 are about to go up here and plead a case for a special permit for a restaurant in the village. And the other guy is there to talk about something on the agenda as far as where they're going to donate some $6,000 from a fund they have for the needy. And, well, of course, these people are here for either money or for their own business. There is not one member of the public from this village to watch these tyrants.
Okay, so we have some additional business to take care of. I make a motion that we go into an executive session.
Attorney-client. Attorney-client.
You want attorney-client? Okay, attorney-client session.
I second.
Do I have to state the reason?
Trustee-
Attorney-client.
No.
I don't have to state. I do?
Well, I'm sorry?
An attorney-client, I don't have to state the reason, am I correct?
No.
Yes, okay.
I get to talk to you whenever you want.
Oh, I love that. Okay. And we-
Trustee Marshall?
Aye.
Trustee Wilkes?
Aye.
Trustee Cove?
Aye.
Trustee Limbeck?
Aye.
Mayor Plummer?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Okay, we're gonna have to hit the pause for a little bit here. So,
Are you guys coming back into session after this?
Yes.
yeah, we're gonna be doing like bill pay and stuff like that.
Recording now.
I believe they went into executive session right then and there to hope that I would go home. But you know me, fam. I'm all about you guys, and we're going to wait their asses out. How else are we going to pin them down and get questions? Send them some emails so they can ignore us?
I should be opening this public meeting back up. We talked about how to get the newsletter subscribed to. You gotta figure out how to get this room packed.
Did you go online? Did you go online to find it?
No, I'm just saying. Try to get this room packed at the same time, right?
Back up here.
I think, you know.
Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah. Unless you need them for a member item or anything, but. No, I think we're good. Thanks so much, Jeff. Anything for Jeff before we release him to the universe?
So much good.
Really? Are you sure?
Oh, you guys. Okay.
See you
All
on this
right,
call.
thanks again, Jeff. Have a nice evening. All righty, so, no building inspector report.
Nope.
Okay.
If I could just interject for the building inspector, I had my first meeting down at Westport Crossing
Oh, yeah.
with Manning Squires, Hennig,
Yeah.
and Mark Four on Monday. And I got the tour of where we're at. There is going to
This is literally 5 minutes of open public meeting that is illegal because they never voted themselves out of executive session. It's just another example of these town members doing stuff on their own accord, and they have no regard for the law. Absolutely none.
The attorney session? Do we need to come back from the attorney session?
Oh, we did make the motion to come out of it, didn't we?
No, you didn't.
Oh, I think we should. Okay, thank you, good catch.
Thanks, David.
Now, see, if Jeff had stayed, he would have reminded us, so I make a motion, we leave the attorney-client session, is there a second?
Second.
Oh, that's a stereo.
Okay, Trustee Limbeck?
Aye.
Trustee Cove?
Aye.
Trustee Wilkes?
Aye.
Trustee Marshall?
Aye.
Mayor Plummer?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Okay, now we're really back officially.
It's another.
Hey, at least they admitted again on video that they violated the law, fam. Leave your comments in the comments section. Let's go ahead and zoom to the end of the meeting so we can ask the officials some questions and see their real colors.
All good.
Okay, I make a motion, we adjourn.
I second.
Roll call.
Trustee Marshall?
Aye.
Trustee Wilkes?
Aye.
Trustee Cove?
Aye.
Trustee Limbeck?
Aye.
Mayor Plummer?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Okay,
Thank you.
thanks, everybody.
everyone.
Thank you so much.
I gave up.
So we got the whole board sitting here. She told me that the board put these signs up. Anybody here want to talk about the signs that are unconstitutional, unenforceable on the people's building? Mayor, you got nothing to say about the signs on the
signs are
people's
legal.
building?
Thank you for asking, I appreciate that.
If they're legal, why didn't you stop me the other day?
I wasn't here.
Well,
Mr. Mormis, you're free to email Mayor Plummer. She'll be happy to set an appointment with you. She's in a meeting right now and cannot see you.
yeah, I'm sure she will send lots of emails about these signs.
What in the world is this coward mayor talking about? She was behind that door in a fake meeting. Who the heck did the clerk go talk to if she wasn't there?
On the
signs were
people's
legal.
building?
Thank you for asking, I appreciate that.
If they're
so
legal,
much.
why didn't you stop me the other day?
I wasn't here.
What prohibits
I was in a meeting.
what prohibits filming in this office?
I'm so sorry, I have to go, I have another engagement.
Yeah,
Have
I
a great
bet.
evening.
Anybody else here want to comment on these signs in the lobbies? That filming in here is prohibited by something, but nothing?
So my only question, so I'm Dave Marshall, village trustee.
Yes.
My only question is, my understanding was that there was some discrepancy between a public forum and a non-public forum. And there are certain elements, I think, in New York State that allowed for the public forums to have a recording such as this, but in the non-public forum spaces,
Yeah, but you understand a non-public forum means the public is not allowed there, right?
no.
That's a non-public forum.
No.
Like, this is a limited public forum because the public is allowed in there, but limited to certain things like loud speech, playing football, stuff like that, right? Stuff that would cause a disturbance. Holding a camera silently does not qualify for limited public forum. Non-public forums would be the mayor's office where
I don't know
the public is not allowed to go. That's a non-public forum. You're talking about a limited public forum, which is where the public is limited to go, and they have limited rights. Now,
It was
one of those rights that limited public forums does not, it's about speech. You know, like if I can't come into this office and just start protesting, you know, screaming, the mayor sucks, all day long, right? That would be a form of First Amendment activity that is limited by the limited public forum doctrine. Running a camera is not in there. There is no case law. There is no case that says that a camera is limited in a limited public forum.
Yes, I'm just looking here, New York State non-public forum within the context of First Amendment law refers to government-owned property that is not traditionally or designated as a space for public communication or assembly. So the question is that public assembly element of it, to the degree that this is a public assembly, right, and a forum in the perhaps traditional sense.
Which what we just read backs up what I said. The public forum that limits the First Amendment, all right? If I'm in this office here, right, I would agree with you that my speech is limited, that I can't come in here with signs and protest,
Yeah.
right? I agree with that.
Yep.
Holding a camera, how is that a distraction to the point that would stop the business from working? You know what I mean? Like that's where the limited public forum gets its doctrine from.
I can understand your perspective. What I'm suggesting is I think that in New York, the degree by which you in a non-public forum space can limit activity, recording, video recording.
But you keep saying non-public forum. That lobby there is a non-public forum.
That is a non.
That's a limited public forum. The public is allowed to be in there.
So I don't know the term limited. I just know non-public forum and public forum. So
Non-public forum would be like the mayor's office. It's behind locked doors. It's a non-public forum.
So this is
The
a
general
public
public isn't allowed in
space.
there.
I think so again, there's discrepancies and we're just trying to.
This room could be a non-public forum if you keep the meeting room locked when there's no meeting going on. This could be considered a non-public room if you lock the public off to it. But at the end of the day, the meeting room, why would you?
So you were able to film tonight, right?
Correct.
No, he's still filling out.
Yeah, I know. So I'm,
No,
the news
so-
comes in and
So I think
films.
the best thing.
Well, the actual meetings are actually protected. Like you guys couldn't possibly stop a camera from recording a meeting.
Right,
It's
we
the open
don't.
meeting
Yeah, we
laws.
don't.
But there is the First Amendment protects it. The recording wherever the public is allowed, the press is allowed. That's just the way it is.
So
Believe me,
one
I
of the
wish more
things-
people would come to our meetings. I love it.
You ain't kidding.
Yeah, I mean one of the challenges.
Well, nice to meet you. I'm Lisa.
Lisa,
Yeah.
my name's Dan. I'm from
Hi, Dan.
auditing Erie County. Obviously, you know the reach that I have. The sign in these lobbies should come down. I mean,
I
what is
know,
the point?
yeah,
What is the point? Like,
frustrating
I
about that.
stood in this lobby the other day where it says cameras are prohibited. Like, oh, we're not going to interrupt you. I know you're not going to interrupt me because I'll sue the town again or village again, right? The point is the signs are like a bluff. They're a bluff. It makes you guys look bad. You guys all swore an oath for the office, and the sign shouldn't be up.
So
I have no reason to come back up and the signs are down, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are the signs up? They're there to stop me. I mean, you guys never had a problem before. I came here to do a First Amendment audit, and now you guys got these signs up, and it just makes the town look so petty and ridiculous, honestly. And I'm gonna be honest, out of all the people I spoke to here today, I'm gonna loop you in there too, because you stuck around. You seem like the guy that is the one that's most approachable on the board. The most, I could talk to you. Hey.
no, I appreciate it.
I mean, you stuck around for this. You stuck around for this. Everybody else ran.
Most appropriate.
Everybody else ran. Even though the mayor runs, they got other things to do. You at least understand that you work for the people, and you gotta understand it's a bad look.
It's the difficulty is sometimes in the delivery of trying to accomplish what you're looking to accomplish. The way people feel in those moments creates some angst that breaks down the route to success. And so what we're trying to do is move this relationship with the auditing forward in a way where we hope that people don't feel like they have to do what just happened in response. But to the extent that we don't go down that route, let's say we just go down the route of you want them removed, we say they're not, then at that point you're slicing like really thin lines in terms of New York State law, court law outcomes that I don't know the depth of, right? And nor do I want to go and pay town officials or village officials and lawyers, nor do you, I hope, of going down this path of trying to figure out how do you get to the point of being reasonable, appropriate, and engaging with the public. And so, like, I'm not gonna apologize on behalf of the village, or that's not what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to say is people are people. Sometimes we make mistakes. Sometimes we try to do things in ways that don't go forward in the way that you would hope, right? But we're still trying to be open to the public as best we can, where people feel comfortable.
The day I was here and I spoke to these people and I was trying to explain to them, like, I mean, you can see it. Like, I tried to explain to Andrea, I don't know if I'm saying her name, Andrea correctly. The deputy clerk, what's her name?
Oh, Alexandra.
Alexandra. I tried to explain to Alexandra, she's asked questions, I tried to have an educational purpose, then it's in the middle of it, just, I'm done talking to you and dismissing me. It's like,
so there are
that's not the way that you speak to your bosses, you know what I mean? Like, these public positions aren't like McDonald's where you can just refuse service and you can.
It's Dan, right?
Dan, yeah.
So the difficulty often, Dan, is people don't come across this often, right? And how you come into their realm, which they generally are open to the engagement with the public in how you're coming across to ensure the auditing is open and successful and appropriate
accessible
to the public, and as you say, the bosses being the people. People are people. They don't always respond how you want them to, and it leads down a path that the right thing sometimes is to just back up and say, how can we do this in a way that's better for everybody, right? And it may or may not be that these signs come down. It may or may not be that you agree with them.
I'm going to be successful. I'm going to get those signs down.
Yeah.
If I got to show up once a month, and once a month I got to ring the bell around here to get them signs on, it's going to happen. Like, I don't want to do that. You guys don't want me to do that.
You guys, I'm sorry to interrupt. We have to lock up the
Yeah,
building.
okay.
Thanks,
I have to go to another event. Thank you.
The mayor's so busy, But
Dan, you have a great night.
you know what I'm saying.
You
like,
going out back
Yeah.
in?
I'm
See you,
okay.
Lisa.
Bye, Dan.
See you. No, I just.
The difficulty is the path that you've taken has led to an approach that has actually created more of a closed rather than an open scenario. Whereas prior to your engagement, I would suggest to you that people could come in and get done everything that they needed. But again, just people are people, right? And people are different in how they respond and how they don't. And
But we have to understand in this building that this isn't a private business. This isn't, like people coming in here. You guys work for the taxpayers. It's not like
Respect,
you can opt
right?
out. It's not like anybody can opt out of their taxes around here, right? So they can't
Well, I
opt
tried
out
to
of
with
it.
the refuse
Yeah, right.
district.
I'm saying you can't opt out of your taxes. Therefore, you can't opt out of telling people we're not going to give you service or we're going to, you know what I mean? Like, I have a right to come in this building and use the words I want to use, all right? Do I want to come in the building and swear at somebody and make it look bad? No, I don't. Did I say I want this bitch's phone number or this bitch's picture. I said, no. I said, I want this arrogant woman's phone picture, right? And then when they flipped out, I said, I could say this arrogant bitch if I wanted to. I didn't call her a bitch to her face. I don't want to call bitch. Like,
recognize.
I've got tons of videos. Like, I did a day in Vermont. I went through Vermont, and it was just amazing compared to New York. And it's just, but another thing, and just to put something aside here is, I do First Amendment auditing. I do it everywhere, right?
Yeah, right.
I do this for a living. I do it daily. Coming into this office specifically.
Saw the website and saw the hits. I'm sure it's a successful business.
This building in that just for clarifications, I don't usually get treated like that. I don't usually get, generally around my area, Western New York, this half of the state, people generally know who I am, and I don't get that kind of reaction. So it kind of threw me off as well. Yeah. I may have amped it up a little because of that as well.
How you felt in those moments, right? How they felt. Have some empathy for how they felt too, right? Their response wasn't what you wanted, what should have perhaps been. I'm not trying to judge what was or wasn't. What I'm suggesting is people have emotions, right? People are trying to present things in ways to get better clarity from government, right? Better understanding. And in the seat, you're trying to do what you feel is best. And sometimes that may not be what you as an auditor, right, is hoping to receive. Creating then conflict that gets, having watched the video, crescendos, right? Regrettably, police. And then the reaction of that was outside of my realm.
That didn't do nobody no favors.
We'll just leave that
in
alone.
this town.
We'll just leave that alone. Okay, we'll just leave. But the point is where we are today, my hope is that we can find a solution where we may take the position, right, that the signs are fine because it's a non-public forum space. And you may take the opposite position.
It's a limited. Non-public means like the White House is a non-public forum. The public can't go there, right? Limited public forum. Traditional public forums aside, you can do anything you want at a traditional public forum. Limited public forum is limited, means the public's allowed there, but their rights are limited, right?
Yeah, so
non-public forum is not the inside of Village Hall where the public is allowed. It's just a non-public forum.
I don't know, and it's easier for me to say I don't know than I do because I'm not the lawyer.
I like that you can admit that.
I don't know.
But I mean, it might be as easy as those are the reason the signs are up. But you guys think it's a non-public forum.
Correct. So the reason why the signs went up is there was concern about recording in what the staff perceived to be, or how they felt it was, a non-public forum space, but it wasn't presented to the public that way. So the signs are there to tell the public, this is a non-public forum space, right?
It is.
Right. So this is the path that we're going to have to go down, right? And I don't know if anybody wants to. Legally.
The point I want to make is that the Supreme Court has already ruled that the people, the public, general public, and the press are the same. They're the same people, right? Freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of the press. Sure. You're the press, I'm the press, whether we have press credentials, whether we want to be the press. Maybe you have a Facebook at home, right? You post something on Facebook, or a tweet.
Try not to,
that's freedom of the press, right? You can't be, so if the people are allowed in that space, so is the press. So you can't limit the camera and the press where the people are allowed.
I don't believe
without there being,
this is
the mayor's office.
This is again the non-public forum versus public forum space, right? And again, I don't know how New York State's legal.
Well, if the general public is allowed to go there without getting a special invitation, right? Like the front lobby of that office is a space where you can go to the clerk's front desk where I stood.
Mostly a transit.
Right.
Again,
that is an area where the general public is allowed to go get service. That's not a non-public forum. That's a limited public forum.
So one of the challenges that I find in spending time here with you today, which I appreciate, is my concern that when this hits news feeds, that I get an abundance of emails that makes my job incredibly challenging. So can I ask you as a person to assist in ensuring to some degree that I just don't get
we could do that right now. Go take the signs down. You'll never hear from me again.
No. Don't.
Other than that, you're in the hot seat. You guys put the signs up. You're in the hot seat. How do you want me to take you out of the hot seat unless you start taking the signs down that's against the people's rights?
All right. I hear you. I just
what you're concerned about. All right, your concern.
My concern is that
it's just a little bit that when somebody goes into that lobby, their front lobby where I stood, right, they might be able to see Alexandria's desk and see some private information, right, and that's what you want to limit. That is something that you guys got to do without violating the rights of the people, like turning desks around so that the screens ain't facing, stuff like that.
Send me New York State court cases, right? And I would ask you to, but I'm sure somebody else will. It'd be interesting to get specifically New York State court cases that identify what non-public forum versus public forum space.
Well, I just want you to know that I fully agree that you can limit camera usage in a non-public forum. The cops do it all the time.
So we need a definition.
The back room of the police department where nobody's allowed to go. That's a non-public forum.
We need a definition of non-public forum space.
Google it. It should be that easy.
It is that easy, and I think we disagree on how it applies.
A non-public forum is where the public is not allowed to be.
Not exactly. But that's all right. All right, take it easy.
Have a good evening.
It means shit, jack, nothing. Her oath doesn't mean squirt of piss. Your councilman's got so much more integrity than you. You should be mayor. You should be the mayor, not her.
Honestly, you should be the mayor, not her. You took the time to have a conversation that shows transparency and accountability. Mayor, you should be mayor.
We live in a society now where people want to record how they discipline their child. People that might get mad with this video is the people that probably already embarrassed their child. You can discipline your child in their room. Take something away from them. If they act up, I'm like, son, you can't play the game.
On the people's building?
Thank you for asking. I appreciate that.
But they're legal. Why didn't you stop me the other day?
I wasn't here.
What prohibits filming in this office?
I'm so sorry I have to go. I have another engagement.
Yeah,
Have a great evening.
Corruption cruiser rolls into town. Our public servants better not clown. Our rights respected, no backing down. I audit them all, Constitution showdown. Turn on the camera, light up the dark. Erie County fam making a mark. Power to the people, don't lose your spark. This dog will bite, not just bark. Cops scatter, they know the name. First Amendment on our side, we got no shame. Document them all, expose their games. Do it for the people, not for the fame. Turn on the camera, light up the dark. Erie County fam making a mark. Power to the people, don't lose your spark. This dog will bite, not just bark. Flexing our rights, a man with a mission. Constitution on our side, never asked for permission. Taking pictures and videos and hey, might just take a piece of public candy. Turn on the camera, light up the dark. Erie County fam making our mark. Power to the people, don't lose your spark. This dog will bite, not just bark. Here come the government dogs with their charges and cuffs, barking up the wrong tree, acting so tough. We'll FOIL request the body cams and all their reports. Brittany Penn, Berthy gonna neuter them in court. Turn on the camera, light up the dark. Erie County fam making our mark. Power to the people, don't lose your spark. This dog will bite, not just bark. forget to like, share, and subscribe, fam. We out.
Pull the Constitution out of your pockets on here. Like that was supposed to prove something.
First Amendment, freedom of the press.
We have every right to film. Oh, there.
Your name is not Dan Erie County.
This isn't Erie County.
Yeah. Sure it is. I'm here as Dan Erie County.
Legitimate? Maybe. Official? No.